freaking Sonic Adventure 2 is overrated. Okay, guys? I mean, people freaking say, oh, this is the best Sonic game, when really, we all know that's not true at all. I mean, seriously? Okay, I'll hand it to Sonic Adventure 2. The game has its charm, but also has many flaws that some people are too dim-witted to see and realize that it's not the best Sonic game! Okay, guys. Okay, let's just freaking talk about this. Okay, so first of all, possibly one of Sonic Adventure 2's biggest mishaps is the freaking treasure hunting and shooting levels. I mean, what the frick? Why the frick would Sega freaking include this genre of gaming, shooting, as well as freaking treasure hunting in a freaking Sonic game? I mean, Sega claims, oh, we were trying to make it appeal to different crowds of gamers. Okay, well, that's a freaking idea! Why not freaking make games involving shooting gameplay and treasure hunting gameplay as separate freaking titles? I mean, what the frick? I mean, seriously, people say they actually appreciate the inclusion of these stages in Sonic Adventure 2, which I respect your opinion if you do, but guess what? I wasn't too appreciative of these additions to Sonic Adventure 2. These types of stages were also present in Sonic Adventure, as well as fishing stages, but there weren't nearly as many of those types of levels. The majority of Sonic Adventure was platforming, unlike Sonic Adventure 2. In this freaking game, only 1/3 of the freaking game is platforming! What the frick? I mean, what the frick? It doesn't even make any freaking sense. I mean, seriously? I mean, this game was meant to celebrate Sonic's 10th anniversary. Sonic is a platforming series. Yet, Sonic Adventure 2 only consisted 1/3 of the game platforming. That's it! What the frick? Doesn't even make any freaking sense. I mean, it's just not freaking fair. I mean, the majority of the game should be platforming. I mean, seriously, if they were going to include treasure hunting and shooting stages, why couldn't they just make them freaking mini-games? Make them optional. Because most Sonic fans, the true Sonic fans, don't want to be shooting and treasure hunting in a Sonic game. Most Sonic fans just want fast-paced platforming gameplay that the Sonic series is known for. I mean, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is the best Sonic game of all time in my opinion. I mean, that game had multiple playable characters, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and they each had different abilities, yet they all have the same basic type of gameplay. Fast-paced platforming. That's how it should have been! What the frick? I mean, the treasure hunting and shooting levels, I mean, they often come off as more frustrating and and freaking annoying than fun. They often just come off as a bore, as a freaking chore. Why do we want to do a freaking chore in a Sonic game? Let's be freaking funny. What the frick? I don't want to freaking do this. I mean, seriously. I mean, give me fast-paced platforming. Okay, and alright, let's freaking move on. Okay, the platforming stages. Another problem I have with this freaking game, it's play the game for you platforming. I mean, most of the time, I'm just freaking holding up on the freaking analog stick and occasionally moving different directions, occasionally freaking pressing the jump button and action button. And I mean, seriously? I mean, what happened to the freaking precision platforming days of the Sonic franchise? I mean, that's why the classics still remain the best games, because precision platforming. And what the frick? I mean, this game mostly just relies on one factor, speed. And I mean, the Unleashed Daytime stages, the style of those stages that were used in Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, and Sonic Generations, they made that same mistake. And I mean, but Sonic Colors also implemented lots of precision platforming as well. And that's why Sonic Colors is one of my favorite games, favorite Sonic games that is, but that's not the freaking point! Okay, I mean freaking Sonic Adventure 2, I mean, there were some points that precision platforming was actually present, such as Skyrail, Final Rush, Crazy Gadget. But I mean, guess what? I mean, this game didn't have nearly as much precision platforming as its predecessor, Sonic Adventure. Okay, guys. I mean, not only was the majority of Sonic Adventure platforming, but the platforming stages themselves consisted of a lot more precision platforming than Sonic Adventure 2, especially Sonic Adventure 2's rail sections. Ah! But we have to do anything! Frick! What the frick? And what the frick is the freaking point? It's not freaking fair. And another problem with this game, no hub world. Okay, another reason why Sonic Adventure is superior to Sonic Adventure 2. It had a hub world that I spent literally hours in without getting bored. I mean, I almost never get bored of Sonic Adventure's hub world, but Sonic Adventure 2, no hub world! Frick! I mean, what the frick? I mean, almost all the Mario 3D platformers have hub worlds, with the exclusion of Super Mario 3D Land, which didn't quite live up to the glory of the previous Mario 3D platformers. And guess what? All the frickin' Mario 3D platformers are critically acclaimed. I mean, what the frick? I mean, even Super Mario Galaxy's hub world, which some people labeled as a bore, I actually had quite a fair share of fun in. I mean, what the frick? But back to the main freaking topic. Sonic Adventure 2 doesn't have a freaking hub! I mean, some people say, oh, Shadow Garden is a freaking hub world. Okay, we're gonna get bored of Shadow Garden real quickly, and I'll get into that later. I mean, what the frick? It's not nearly as expansive as Sonic Adventure's hub world. I mean, what the frick? Okay, and freaking problem I have with this game. The story part is too dark. I mean, Sonic Adventure had its dark moments, such as when Station Square was getting completely flooded, and the flashback of hundreds of echidnas and Charles being injured, and etc., 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 but not nearly as dark as Sonic Adventure 2. In Sonic Adventure 2, frickin' the moon was frickin' blown up, and in frickin' Space Colony Arc, hundreds of people were killed, including an innocent little girl, Maria, with a freaking disease. A little girl that Shadow can't get the frick over! And then, not only that, frickin' at the end of the game, Shadow apparently died, but this was disproven in Shadow the Hedgehog, which I hate! So fucking Grand Theft Auto ripoff. But anyways, I mean, what the frick? I mean, okay guys, just the story plot is too dark for a Sonic game. Doesn't live up to the classic story plots of the original freaking Sonic games. I mean, seriously, what the frick? Why don't they just use a Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 Knuckles, Sonic CD styled plot? I mean, what the frick? Why couldn't they just make it simplistic like the classics? I know it freaking plays a Sonic game for the story plot. I mean, what the frick? Anyways, another problem that I have in this freaking game, the dark story characters are reskins of the hero story characters. I mean, what the frick? What the frick? What's the freaking point of including them if they're just reskins of the hero story characters? I mean, what the frick? Shadow is a freaking reskin of Sonic. Freaking Dr. Robotnik is a reskin of freaking Tails. And freaking Rouge the Bat is a freaking reskin of Knuckles. I mean, what the frick? And I don't even freaking care about what you guys have to say about Dr. Robotnik originally going to be in the game and not Tails. I don't get one frick! The characters are just reskins of each other. I mean, what the frick? I mean, in Sonic 3 Knuckles, all the characters were different. They had different abilities. Not in this freaking game. No, they're just reskins of each other. Each character in each story of Sonic Adventure 2 is a reskin of another character of another story in Sonic Adventure 2. I mean, what the frick? They even freaking did this in Sonic Heroes. Wow, what the frick? I mean, seriously? They need to stop freaking doing that. I mean, in Sonic 06, they made each character have their own unique abilities, but guess what? Sonic Char Garden! Okay, Char Garden, I mean, seriously, all you do is feed and pet your freaking child and put it in competitions where you barely do anything except spectate. I mean, you have to give them experience points by giving them energy tubes that you can collect by slaying freaking badniks. Or you can just freaking, give them animal friends that you find. But I mean, who gives a frick? I mean, it's just a freaking bore. Feels like another freaking chore. I mean, what the frick? I mean, it's basically just a downgraded version of freaking Nintendogs. I mean, what the frick? And then we have freaking kart racing. What the frick? It's just a freaking generic kart racing mode. I mean, what the frick? Does Sonic need a freaking car? He's the fastest thing alive! He doesn't need a freaking car, Sega! I mean, seriously, and in kart mode, the controls are sloppy, the track design is bland and effortless. And I mean, honestly, the inclusion of freaking kart mode is freaking pointless. The frick! And finally, Sonic Adventure 2 just doesn't live up to the classics. I mean, seriously, the chore levels, I mean, the freaking character designs, the story plot, and these freaking pointless secondary modes, and I mean, no special stages, freaking characters being reskins of other characters, and etc, etc, etc. You know what? Freaking classics! It's supposed to be a freaking 10th anniversary game, just doesn't live up to the classics. I mean, it doesn't live up to the glory of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, Sonic CD. Doesn't live up to the freaking glory of the classic era! I mean, what the frick? I mean, Sonic Adventure 2, despite my many nitpicks towards it, I freaking believe that Sonic Adventure 2 still has its freaking charm. And I guess, as a score, I give it a freaking 6 out of 10, despite all my criticisms towards it. But guess what? It's just not the freaking best Sonic game. It's overrated! Frick! Okay, so I've said everything I need to say about why Sonic Adventure 2 is overrated. Alright, this is Multi Mario Sonic signing out.